Hi friends, it's Vanessa. Okay, so I'm going to curl my hair. How I do it, I have a lot of people ask me about this because I usually curl my hair and it lasts for 3 to 4 days. Sometimes I'll just have to touch up a piece. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to get this top section out of the way. Oh, and I forgot to pull out my little clip, so let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah, here it is. I usually have one clip handy and I usually only need one. I don't have a ton of hair, but so it's washed, it's dried. I put a little bit of like volumizing spray at my root before I dried it, but I don't generally use a ton of products in my hair. So I do this and then I use a product. This one's called Style Extending Spray and it has a heat protectant in it too. So I usually just kind of spray that through. If you're going to use a hairspray for this, make sure it's an aerosol and make sure it's really light. I know that this is an Amika product and I use Alonzo products a lot and they all have heat protectant in them. So I've got my curling iron on. I've got it on 370 degrees. I have to tell you that 370 degrees on this curling iron is not the same as 370 degrees on my curling iron at work. Don't put your curling iron on all the way high. Most people don't need it on all the way high. I don't want you to start burning your hair. So that's how I start. Let me get this out of the way a little bit better. Say hi if you're here, and if you have any questions, ask me. And also, if you're watching it on the replay, let me know. Hi Cal, thanks for watching. Okay. So I'm going to show you how to curl long hair so it can stay for days. So I usually take a chunk. I don't have a ton of hair, so it's a pretty big piece, I got to tell you. But here's the trick. Always make sure your curling iron is facing the ceiling. You're going to put it in kind of close to your scalp, but don't touch your scalp. Don't want you to burn yourself. And then do you see how I'm just kind of weaving it in and turning it with the end? The reason why I always have that pointing towards the ceiling is because then the end doesn't fall out. And if it does, it's just a tiny little piece and you can just kind of grab that end and you can redo it. If you like your ends curled all the way to the end, curl them. If you like some of them straight, you can do that. I don't know, I change a lot. Sometimes I'll do all of them back. Sometimes I do one forward, one back. I'm gonna do this one forward so you can see the difference. And it really, this only will take a few minutes, because I'm probably only doing a total of, I think 7 curls is what I normally put in my hair. But see how I keep turning it close to my scalp like that? I remember back in the day when we learned how to curl long hair, or I guess just how we did it. Let me show you on this one, and you'll see the difference. I don't touch these, I let them cool off, okay? But this is how we used to do it. We used to put it in our hair, pull it all the way to the end, and then curl it all the way up. Well, what that does, if you have fine enough hair, it's not as much of a big deal. But what that does is you get a lot of curl at your end and you barely get any curl near your scalp. So easily, you can just see already, it's basically flat here, and then I'm only going to have curl on that bottom half. That's why if you put it in, turn it close to your scalp, and I just kind of like tap on my handle there and just slowly weave the hair through and turn as I'm going, okay? And then see, now I have a curl all the way up to my scalp almost. So there's 3 on that side. I'll probably do 3 on this side. So maybe I do 8 curls. Still, not a ton. This is a 1-inch barrel curling iron. Speaking of Cal, I need to get a 3/4 inch. Mine broke at work. Anyway, so see, same thing. I'm making sure that the tip of the curling iron is always facing the ceiling. Like you don't need to go like this, okay? You don't need to crink your arm and hurt your neck and all that good stuff. Plus, if you do that, it's going to fall out. So this one we'll do forward. Oh, I caught a piece of hair there. So turn it close to your scalp. I think this works really if your hair is probably chin length or longer. And then kind of weave it like that. And if you just feel like, I just want that to curl a little bit more on my end, then I'll grab that end and I'll just make sure I get that. Okay, this one's gonna go back. Once you get the hang of this, you can go very quickly. I'm gonna drop that one a little bit. Let me take that piece again. Okay. Don't brush your hands through it, okay? I'm going to take a light hairspray. This one's Lonza. This one's probably my favorite. It is workable and brushable, and it's not real stiff. So I'm just going to spray a little bit of that on. I'm going to let that sit. I'm not going to touch it anymore. And then I'm going to spray that Style Extending Spray on this section. Brush it through a little bit. Hi, Jenna. This would apply for your long hair. If you want to watch it from the beginning later, please do. But I'm just showing how to curl long hair so it stays for days. Your mom's a pro at this. Okay, so we're going to grab this piece. I'm going to put it in almost all the way to my scalp. And I'm just going to weave it in, and I'm kind of tapping on that handle so that it loosens it up so I'm not ripping my hair out. And then just kind of pull it out and let it hang. If it's way too curly for you, you can run your fingers through it, because as soon as you do that, it's going to relax it quick. But if you let it cool off, it locks in the curl more. Kind of gets it to set. These on top, I'm going to probably do all back. But really, it's whatever preference you like with forward or back. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, I'm kind of, like I did one straight back, then I'm kind of like bricklaying these and just taking a triangle chunk there. It just makes it easier for me to see and not miss a piece. And that's why I clip that top section out of the way too. So I can get the bottom without missing pieces. And then the last piece, I am going to pull this, when I style it, I'm going to wear this back. So I want to section this kind of the way that I'm going to wear it first. Because if I curl that back and then I try to pull these pieces out, sometimes I have like a weird kink. So there's that. This is going to be my last one. Don't hold it at your scalp too long, because you can create a little crease. And then you have to mess with too much heat to get it out. Okay. So there's that. I'm going to take my handy dandy favorite light hairspray, spray it, let it cool a little bit, turn off my curling iron so I don't burn down the house when I leave, and then I'm going to flip my head and just kind of fluff it. And I'm going to use my very, very favorite brush, the Tangle Teezer brush, and I'll show you why. So I'm just going to kind of go like this. I don't brush all the way through it because I want to keep some of that curl looking, I don't know, kind of tousled and messy. Okay, I guess I could go out like this, but I don't know. It's kind of fun. I'm not used to that yet. I'm undecided if I'm growing my bangs out or not, so that's why I've been wearing them back a lot, because I'm trying it out. All right, so I'm going to grab that section that I said I was going to kind of pin back, and I don't think I care if it's a perfect. Yeah, I say that, and then I do have to make it perfect because I'm a little bit obsessive. I'm gonna leave it imperfect and see what happens. So I'm gonna take that piece. Oh, let me grab that little bang piece that fell out. I'm gonna do a little twist, and I like to do this because then I can poof it a little bit. bit so I don't feel so slicked back and flat. And I might have to do that again. Let me see. You know what? Let me get this piece out of the way and I'll show you something else first. I am going to take my Tangle Teezer brush. I'm going to grab a section in my crown. And I'm going to tease this because I like a little bit of height here. Plus I have a cowlick right back there and this hides it. So I want you to see how amazing this tease is. Look at how much lift I already got on that. And then I usually will tease it and then I'll take a tiny bit of that hairspray and just be there. And then I kind of smooth over. Because you don't want to see the tease. That's why I always tease from behind the hair too. So I'm going to grab one more of these. And do you notice that I'm staying close to my scalp? So in slow motion, I'm really just doing like 1, 2, 3 like that. Oops. See all that? See all the oomph I got? I'm going to smooth out. And then I'm going to grab my mirror so I can make sure I don't have any weird holes because it might look okay from the front, but most people are going to be seeing the back of my head when I walk by them, right? So I'm going to grab my mirror. Now you guys can probably see all my mess on my counter. That looks pretty good. I don't see a lot of holes. So I'm just going to kind of spray that, smooth a little bit more. I'm not worried about making it too perfect. I like this curl. I'm kind of debating leaving it there. But then I'm going to grab this piece and now I'm going to do that twist. That's better. And take my little barrette. You can use a bobby pin if you don't want to see the barrette. And if you use the bobby pin, this is a giant one just so you can see what I'm doing. The trick is to just open it a tiny bit and you push it straight in this way, right in the back of that, so you don't see it. So I'll just kind of spread that out a little bit. Oh, and look at that. Hopefully my curling iron's a little bit warm still so I can bend that piece. I don't look like a crazy person at dinner. All right, you guys, I think I've got it. Sometimes I'll tease under here, give myself a little bit of height, but the curl worked really well, so I don't think I need to do too much. I think I need to leave in like 1.5 minutes. So, what do you think? Did I do okay? I'm telling you, this will last me, especially because when I get home, all I'll do is put my hair in a really loose bun on the top of my head. And then when I wake up in the morning, I just kind of take it out and I tousle it and the curl stays. So, I think I'm done. I want to make those a little bit straighter right there. Okay, good. Do you approve? Does it look okay? All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful night.